So MAGA Republicans are once again really pissed off at Target, this time because Target is selling a gay nutcracker. I'm not making this up, folks. Target is selling a nutcracker that's supposed to be a pride nutcracker, and they're also selling a black Santa in a wheelchair because they're trying to be all-inclusive. And MAGA Republicans are losing their mind, which is weird because I thought they stopped shopping at Target a long time ago. So I don't know why they're still there, or why this still concerns them, or why this is the hill that they choose to live and die on. Just constantly going around and picking at something that has nothing to do with them whatsoever. If you don't want to buy the nutcracker, don't buy the nutcracker. Just walk on past it. I walk past shit all the time here in the Bible Belt. I drive past signs right here in the Bible Belt that I want nothing to do with, and guess what I do? I just keep on going. I just keep right on moving. I just don't pick it up and buy it. I love to go to the flea market around here. For those of you that's not from here, a flea market is where people just sets up a bunch of random tables in a big long row. Go to one in East Tennessee. Go to one in East Tennessee and see what kind of memorabilia you're going to see. You're going to see a whole lot of Trump shit. You're going to see flags from every corner. I just walk on past them. I don't pick up one and buy it. I don't say that the guy shouldn't be allowed to sell them. Because I have a theory that the guy selling them is probably just trying to cash in on the moment. And you know what, buddy? If you really were struggling and needed to cash in on some people, fine, fucking go for it. But it's amazing to me how people can't just live their life, see something they don't agree with, and walk on past it. Instead of sitting back rooting for an entire company to go broke and go under because you saw a gay nutcracker. You know, back when I was growing up, my grandfather was a World War II veteran. And he had been in the war and he'd seen a whole lot of shit. One of his jobs was to drive a bulldozer and push the bodies into a hole so they could either light them on fire or cover them up. So when I would start complaining about certain things I was having to do at school or certain things that was going on in my life, he would say to me, don't worry about that. If that's the worst thing that ever happens to you, just count your lucky stars. If that's the worst thing in this world you ever encounter or come upon, yeah, just count your lucky stars. And I used to wonder why he said that. I would go, well, I got a little bit older and I started seeing these people freak out over this stuff, and I would think back to my grandpa. And I would say to myself, if the worst thing you ever encounter in this world is a gay nutcracker in Target, then count your lucky stars. Because I promise you, there's people right now facing death and devastation like you've never seen in other parts of this world that would give anything to walk into a Target just for a few minutes and get away from all the madness that's happening outside. Somewhere people are standing over the bedside of their children who's not going to make it before this video quits playing. They don't give a damn about a nutcracker. They don't care what color Santa is. And the fact that that's the hill you choose to live and die on just says a whole lot about yourself. It tells me that you really don't have any problems. It tells me that you really don't have any struggles in this world. And that's what you're choosing to stand up against? Out of all the injustice in this world that exists, you choose that? All the death and destruction and devastation and violence going on in this country? All the systemic racism that goes on in this country? That's all phony and that's all fake, though, and your outrage is at a nutcracker. Out of everything you could stand up for, you're standing up against a nutcracker. And people will say, yeah, well, they go woke, they go broke. You're sitting there wanting a company to go under. Meanwhile, you're throwing your money at a billionaire. You can't make it make sense in this world. You can try all day long, and it won't. Because these are people who just thrive on their emotion. And they got people out there preying upon their emotion. Truth of the matter is, I would never even be aware that it was there. I don't shop at Target because there's not one where I live. So I don't shop there. But if I did, if I walked around it, I would never even realize really what was there because I don't get outraged over things like that. I pass by stuff all the time that I disagree with, and I just walk on. So I wouldn't think about it one way or the other. But they'll say, look what they're trying to cram down our throats, man. No, ain't nobody trying to cram nothing down your throat. A conservative somewhere pointed at that and said, hey, look, get mad at that. And you did. And in doing so, you thought you were taking some kind of stand, and instead you just exposed yourself for who you really are.